Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. You guys can hear me, right? Okay, first and foremost, thank you, Kamal and Jasmine, for this opportunity and responsibility. Seriously, when I got this topic, I was shocked and nervous, and I couldn't sleep for 2 nights. You can ask my brother that. Because it's not an easy topic to share. The title of the title, what I'm going to share is about what do you do after showing the plan? Okay, because it's like when you guys, or whenever someone starts the business, you learn how to show the plan, right? And it's either one or one. Sorry, this is IT sign up or IT. Meaning to say, function based. You either bring them to a business review, home meeting, party, or whatever you want to call it. So once you have done this, either one-on-one or you bring them to a function, whatever function it is, what do you need to do, right? Because they know it's Amway. So that's where a lot of the confusion and the uncertainty comes, because you don't really, a lot of people find it and they get stuck, right? Can anyone relate with me, everyone, especially the newer ones? People get stuck. So why is that so? Now, through, I'm please check outline on this, but one of the reasons why I discovered that people get a little bit stuck is because their goal, all right, is unclear. Now, what do I mean by that? When people start a business, when you actually become an IBO, you make the decision to become an IBO and you start learning how to build and obtain the skill sets of building the business, there is always this emphasis on showing the plan, right? Showing the plan, showing the plan, showing the plan. And you always hear 15 plans, 15 plans, 15 plans, and then you get to a plan, 15 plan, anything. Now, undoubtedly, showing the plan, 15 plans consistently is actually extremely, extremely important, because it allows you to master the basic skill set, that first skill set. But that is not just the only goal. Now the problem is, when new people come in, and from what I see, because maybe that's the emphasis, they feel that that is the goal. There is a little bit of confusion. And that is why, you know, when people show the plan, and if that is their only goal, they've achieved it, they show the plan. But when their goal and their only goal is to show the plan, then the results doesn't really come. That's where the confusion, this is what I mean by the goal is unclear. Because their goal is to show the plan. But by right, what should be why? So by right, what you need is you need a clear goal. Alright? Your goal needs to be clearer. Now, allow me to demonstrate this. This is within 1 hour, so this is long. Okay, this is going to be a little bit fun. Who knows dodgeball? Okay, in Malaysia we call it bola chop. Bola chop, right? And how do you play bola chop? You throw the ball, right? And you use tennis balls, yes. Right? How do you throw? Like that. Okay, so the aim of the game, alright? The aim of the game, when you play chop ball, I remember when I was small, I used to play a lot, you use tennis balls. The aim is actually to throw, cause pain. The person who kena is out, right? Mati is out of the game. So, what's the goal? Is it just to throw? Is it just to throw? Or is it just to throw and aim? So that's kena. It's to throw and aim, right? But the problem is when there's new people coming. I remember growing up, you know, that you're 10 years old, and then of course Raja Satu is the new kid on the block trying to play the game. They're not that good. When they get the ball, they don't really know what to do. Okay, and what happens? Because the target is moving. The target is always moving. The target meaning the other people, they're running. So what do? If they actually get the ball, you can't hold the ball for long. Then they just throw. So it's a waste. And this is where I'm coming from. When when it comes to having a clear goal. When you don't have a clear goal and the target is moving, it's very random. So it's very hard for you to focus. Now, do you guys get where I'm coming from? It's extremely important for you to have, like what Amit Soni said, laser beam focus. Because if you play chop ball, you've got the ball and you don't know who to aim, right? Like sleeping. So you need to throw. You need to know what you're targeting on. So in that sense, in this business, in our goal, you guys clear so far, right? You can follow me, right? So what is the goal when you show the plan? What should ideally and actually be the goal? Now, number one, this could be a counseling thing and you want to check upline, but in my belief, the first goal is to focus on function. Number two, apps. Number three, products. Right? So why is it these three things? Why not other things? Simple, because according to Jim Dornan, you need to get good at two things, really two things to build this business. Number one, set appointments. Number two, sell tickets. And then I remember Jim Dornan also says this, things happen more because of inspiration rather than information. To get people inspired, you actually need to get people to the functions, right? That is not going to work. So in that sense, it is these three things. So in the context of what to do after showing the plan, you guys, I need an agreement here. Are you also clear on the importance of setting and understanding what are the right goals when you show the plan? You see the importance, right? So if you focus on just showing the plan, you've achieved it. But that is the reason why you find it difficult to close. Right? So the goal is to close on these three things. Right? That's the goal. A clear goal is to close. So, bear with me. So in this sense, right, when and only when you have a clear goal, it becomes easier. Now coming back to that analogy of playing that bola chop, dodgeball, is that when you have that ball and you actually aim someone, maybe you have a grudge. But when you actually have someone that he's running around, you like what's happy with him. You have that ball.
Oh my.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's like you're not gonna just like at the ball and just throw it to the nearest person. You're gonna really like look. Yeah, I can see. And you really, and when you can see him, if it's a clear shot, you're gonna bat as hard as you can, right? Ideally at the back. But that's the whole goal. The idea is when you have a target, when you have a goal, you will know what is it that you need to do, what is it that you want to aim for. So when you have these three things to really focus on, when you have a goal, it really is very straightforward on, oh, tak jadi macam ni, this is what you need to do. You know, you go into that mode of thinking. By just understanding that when you are in the process of showing the plan, it's these three things to focus on. Okay? Here so far? So, especially, so again, coming back to the analogy, when you have a target, imagine, if you don't have a target, you're just going to throw randomly, right? But once you have the target, you actually now have this desire to fine-tune that process, right? It's like, you throw like this, it's going to be longer. You throw like this, it's going to be shorter. You throw like how hard you throw is going to be more painful. How much pain can you cause that guy, right? Not your prospects lah, but but you know, but that's the whole idea. Once you have a goal, there is now that room, even unintentionally, but you create in yourself that desire to fine-tune that skill set. Okay? All right. So in the context of what to do after showing the plan, so you guys clear? So I have to go step by step again. Showing the plan, one-on-one business review, the goal is unclear, now clear, the goal is clear. So in this context of that, you want to close on these three things, especially for new people, and especially for those who find it difficult. I hope this is the first step, and it does seem a little bit undaunting because it does seem like there's actually a lot of things that you need to master, right? But because we have a system, or because we have a system, then closing is actually a strategy. All right? Closing is actually a strategy. And when the goal of closing is a strategy, just like any strategy, it is actually, when it is a strategy, what it means is it's like you just need to follow some steps. Okay, you clear so far? When you have a strategy, it's actually about following steps. Now, no, just like any strategy, whatever it is, you want to get a girl, you want to play dodgeball, whatever you work, whatever. When you have a strategy, understand that it may work, it may not work, right? But when you have a goal, you will decide to make it work, because it will only work if you decide to make it work. Okay, clear so far? So you're very serious topic. Okay, now it's also in terms of the strategies, there are many strategies. But in a nutshell, okay, I need to write down a lot. You may want to copy this one particular down. In terms of the strategy, there are 4 things to help you close. So number 1, again, be clear on the goal. Because if you don't get this right, it's going to be very difficult. Number 2, because you now have a goal, you have to be prepared for the goal. Okay, in what sense? So number 1, function. So in terms of the physical preparation, always have the tickets, brochures, the dates. If you're promoting the function and you don't know what the dates are, what's the point? If you're promoting the functions and you don't have the ticket on you, what's the point? If you're promoting the function and you don't have the brochures on you, what's the point? You are talking about air. You need something physical, right? Okay, in terms of the apps, we also, if you want people to sign up in your group, what do you need? You need the form. You need the SA8 form. Sorry, SSO. So you need the form. Otherwise, you said, okay, if you find a prospect who's excited, someone to sign up, you don't have the form. Rugila, right? So be prepared, have the apps always. 3, it's also about sharing information, sharing the kind of things that they want to know about. So always have the CDs ready. Alright? If you don't have the CDs, you're killing yourself in the foot. And lastly, we are linked to Amway. You can build a network. If there is no one consuming the products, what happens to you? You don't make any money. What happens to your dream? Captain Sata will not be able to provide to Elizabeth. So have the product demo. Alright? Have the product demo. So there's no way. So clear so far. So 1, 2, be prepared in this manner: function, tickets, application, form, CDs, and the product demo kit. Number 3, you want to get good at knowing what they want. You need to say you want to get good at getting to know what is the reason why, the why. Because if you don't get this out, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, and it could be a huge challenge in actually getting them to do whatever you want them to do. So, but if you can get the why out, then you can link the vehicle, the business as a vehicle to achieve it. It's easier. But everyone can explain the vehicle, but if you can't connect it to a desire, it's not really going to work. That dream factor, the vehicle can deliver it. But without the dream, why should I do it? Right, so get good into knowing what they want. And number 4, also get good at identifying their intent or interest level. Because, you know, it's like, do you want to do this? Yes, you want to do this. Yeah, maybe, you know, learn how to identify that. So check applying all these things, but ideally it's these 4 things. All right? Okay. Now, because it's a strategy, and your strategy is actually wanting to close. Now, just recap a little bit, like wanting to close. These are the 4 things. So, how do you implement these strategies? Sorry, I'm being a little, actually a lot like my work right now to explain. So, how do you implement the strategies? Now, in terms of implementing the strategies, what I want to share with you now, the mechanics of what happens after showing the plan. All right. So, what are the mechanics? Now, Jasmine shared this during the leaders meeting, and I remembered Basil also sharing this. Once you show the plan, after you show the plan, there are the maybes. What are the decisions, right? There are the no's, and there are the yes. We're talking about 80% people in the maybes, 10% people in the yes, 10% people in the no. So notice from that diagram, there is actually very little people who are in the yes, right? So, why is that? Why is that? Why is there more people in the no or more people in the maybe? Okay, chances are it's because people are unclear. They still feel that they don't have enough information, right? And most importantly, they have objections. I'm pretty sure a lot of you face all these things, right, when you show the plan. So, and our job in implementing this strategy, now the mechanics is, what we want to do is, we want to migrate the people here. Okay, you don't migrate the people who said yes to maybe and no. What you want to migrate is, the people who are in the maybe, you want to migrate them to here. Alright? And if you could, once with enough practice, you can actually migrate these people to here and here, the no's. But if they're super negative, just leave them.